I'm a retired doctor that's coming back to Iloilo after living 35 years. So, nag-teach ko sa West Visayas, part-time lecturer, and I write a monthly column for Rappler called Ilocos Notes. Sige, so ang topic ko is blending heritage and modernity in Iloilo. What you see and what you don't see. Kay heritage can be something you can appreciate and touch, but it can also be something intangible. Next slide. So, yeah, I'll go through this basically. Defining heritage, what is modernity, some of our initiatives, whether heritage and modernity are indeed compatible or not, something about adaptive reuse, and some of the challenges. Next. So, according to UNESCO, heritage is our legacy from the past, what we live with today, and what we pass on to future generations. An irreplaceable source of life and inspiration. Next. So, there is both tangible and intangible heritage. No? Ang matandog, ang makita, ang sapulan, no? And it can include many of those things. Next slide. What is heritage? It's always around us. No? Somebody came up with a slogan, the past is always present in Iloilo, but I believe Lud Caminia was one of the first who mentioned that. No? So where do we see heritage? We can see it in our Spanish era plazas, in the churches, in the mansions of millionaires and sugar barons in Haro. We can see it in our museums, in our Bahay na Bato, and in some of our century-old buildings around the Heritage District. While when we talk about our intangible heritage, we already have our eponymous food. No? Food named after the place where it supposedly originated from. So when people say La Paz, ang unang kasulod sa ulo mo, Paz Choy. No? When you say Pansit Molo, because it's named after Molo, which used to be the Parian, and therefore also Chinese influence. And we also have our weaving industry in the past before it was partly destroyed by the British. And we have our piña, our sinamay, and our aplong. Okay, next. Now, when we look at modernity, what do we mean? Kung isa, ang botchilingon sa modernity, maka-keep up kita with new developments, whether it's in technology, in styles and fashions, in behaviors, and in ways of thinking. So, kung isa, maghambal ta nga, we need to modernize ang botchilingon sinita na, igupunta ang daan. Well, not necessarily. Next. Because even while modernity implies change, that something must be discarded or ignored nga daw ginbayaan sa panahon o ginbayaan sa tiempo, this is actually a false dichotomy because of modernity and heritage can indeed merge in Iloilo, and that's what I'm trying to be showing you in the next slides. Next. However, this doesn't happen automatically. In other words, if you want to modernize and preserve heritage, it has to be planned. It has to be resourced. And we have some organizations, some committees here, like the Heritage Conservation Council, even individual advocates and groups like Eugene and many other cultural workers. And we also have local legislation. One of the probably most advanced, which really helped Iloilo, and which was pushed through in Congress by former Congressman Jerry back in 2009, was Republic Act 100555. What was that? That was a Republic Act that delineated the Central Business District, the Plaza of La Paz, Arevalo, Pago, Villa de Arevalo, and Fort San Pedro and Molo as cultural heritage sites. So because of that move, nagiging law, therefore, kinanglan i-resource for Congress. Amo na ang ma-improve na ito ng mga plaza subong because that is part of the Republic Act. No? And also, government provides incentives and tax rebates and guidelines for conservation. And we can see that between 2010 up to now, in a matter of only 10-15 years, a lot has happened. And the first buildings that were developed in the Heritage District were the RCTC building and Villanueva building, that's sa kanto sa Arsenal and JM Basa. Next. So this is what example of what I'm telling you na kinahanglan may plano. So my conservation planning and development plan, my program review, next. In fact, there is a plan for the historic Central Business District, which runs from 2020 to 2023. Next. So governments, we already mentioned that. Kinanglan na-involve ang National Historical Commission para hindi lang magpatindog-tindog sa shed o walkway o whatever nagatabon sa heritage structure. Next. Involves planning and consultations with all the sectors. Next. And there should be incentives and monitoring programs. And adaptive reuse. I will not go along into that because I think Yud Camiña will talk about that later. But adaptive reuse is basically one of our tools, one of our methods, one of our techniques, and one of our approaches in order to help heritage and modernity blend properly. Next. So it's possible, just samples of that, I'll go for it in the next slide. Next. For example, that used to be the Yusay Consing House, now it's SM Cultura. Next. The house with the red tiles, that is the Pison Mansion, ancestral home mansion. Ang pidwa ka Pison na dako pabalay sa Molo, which is now a Montessori kindergarten. And that the other Art Deco style building is of course Old Harold Municipal Hall, which became a agriculture center, then a police station, then a fire station, and now it's an office of the National Museum. Next. This chapel is inside Lizares Mansion. So, sa una, nagiging mansion, nagiging casino, nagiging torture chamber sa hapon. So, nagiging seminaryo, nagiging eskwelahan. So, kung iyang main sala chapel. Next. This is the inside of the Casa Maluha, the now Casa Maluha, which is a heritage house and it opened only last year. No? It's on Mabini Street, and it's also known as the house of Dr. Eugenio Pinaico, which was later bought by former Iloilo Mayor Hugo Regalado. And that, of course, is the inside of Balay Remedios, which is the Villanueva home. It's a beautiful restaurant, well restored, and it's right in front of the National Museum, Region 6. Pizares, next. Casa Marikit, Fernando Lopez and Marikit Lopez. Next. Nelly Gardens, which is an events place also, so it helps maintain the place because it can be rented out. Next. This one is one of the houses of one of the Ledesma families. It's now the Dome Baptist Bible Institute along Bonifacio Drive. Next. And of course, we have this grand building with the work by Dodoy, we'll be talking later also. It used to be a customs house, a weather bureau, post office, and now it's the Philippine Museum of Maritime History. So if you haven't been inside, go tomorrow. Next. Of course, we have the former UP Visayas, now the office of, now the museum. That's a Monte sculpture. And you can see from the grills, IMB. And you know what that means? Iloilo Municipal Building. Because this was supposed to be Iloilo City Hall. Next. You say Iloilo, next door. Economic History Museum, formerly COA, formerly Elizalde and Company, formerly Incausti and Company or ICO. Next. Prison, now a museum. And here's the Central Market. And I hope masunod ang structure, no? Kay konsepto ini sa damo. Kay subukan sa baba, wala na na completely talaga. Next. Well, ini kagi spa, sauna, offices na subong, and hotel, no? The castle. Okay, next. And the things we don't see, we have our food, we have our ways of planting rice, ways of making chocolate, ways of making artisanal salt like tultul and putput. We have our modern weaves, and we have, of course, our forests. Next. The intangibles, I'll go through that quickly, next na lang. But if you go to visit UPV, they have a gallery on intangible cultural heritage, which is again worth a visit. Next. Okay, next please. Next. Okay, next. Last na siguro. Okay, some barriers, I'll just go through it very quickly. No? Because it's still a challenge to keep heritage. First of all, ang mga buildings na daan often owned na by families who cannot agree on what to do with it. So unless they agree and they agree to sell to somebody, hindi na yan mahimo, mga amo na. No? So hindi na, kung isa dali kang mag-comment sa Facebook, ay dali o brown si gobyerno, amo ni, ay ano yung labot yun ata, ay hindi yan yung agree ang mga uloto kung ano nila. And next, there's a lack of resources and both financial and technical expertise. And sometimes it's not seen as an investment. And, you know, let's face it, old structures don't deteriorate. Maanay, masunog, faulty wiring, magubak sa typhoon, wala na. No? Maintenance is expensive. Last slide. Sometimes the government lacks vision, will, or the resources. And a challenge is that intangible heritage can also sometimes be overtaken by new technology, by commercialization, more efficient large-scale production. In which case, kung isa ay nadulang na ang iya sa board kay na commercial na siya. No? Okay. So I think that ends it. Ang damo nga salamat.